So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me Raj, and we're continuing our Android application that would be called calculator application. And today we'll be learning about the calculator button, how to create a calculator button, and lazy vertical grid, how to use those things and everything. And the video goes like this. Before that, if you haven't seen my first part of first part of the busy video, then please go back to the previous video and watch it. I will keep the link in the description. That would be very helpful for you to learn and understand it. And now let's begin our calculator button part.
So yes, it's running, and yes, the output is in the bigger size. So now we have already created input and output buttons. Now what we are going to do is, now I'm going to add the specifier and inside it I'm going to give a modify custom modify dot height and change the height dp to 10. Default that will give you a 16, but now I'm giving it as 10. Below this we are going to create or design the calculator. Here we have to create a grid view, like we know about the lazy row, lazy column. In the same way we have to create a lazy vertical grid and lazy horizontal grid. So we have to create that over here, and for that before that we have to create the list of items. Those are like plus, minus, the divide, ACC, dot, and all of those numbers on the top. So let's go on the top of it, and let's create some of the buttons over here. So to create the buttons, first of all what we have to do is write the function val, and val is a value, and button list equals to list of. And what we have to do is, now we have to create the list of the buttons, that is like inside the double quote, that just write C, or now again we have to put, there are a number of things that we have number of buttons, so I'm just gonna write it one by one. That is open parenthesis, closing parenthesis, divide. Again, it's defaultly given, just tap it. Now I'm just going to edit it, like instead of 0, that I'll add a C over there. I'll add a 0 now. 0 dot, okay, yeah, 0. And over here, instead of equals to, I'll add the dot, and finally another one would be equals to. This is the complete number of the list of the button that we have, in total of 20 buttons. And when we'll see it, and then we will get to know how many buttons we have found over here. So let's get down below over here, and see what are the things going on. And just let me, I think I have to check by running it, or okay, first of all let me create the box over here, lazy vertical grid, then we'll run it. So lazy vertical grid, inside it we are going to add a simple column and give the fixed size, because that would be a fixed, and that would be a fixed size would be a 4. And now, but we just have to remove the modifier over here, so I'm just removing it. And now I think something wrong went over here, and item would we have to add one more things, that is items. And we have already, I have this inside this, it is very great that we can get default values, and if you just tap it, then you can get it. So now I'm going to put a text would be text equals to just write it, and then it's going to show the grade of the calculator value on the top. Okay, so let's, I think now we have to run this file, and it's running. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes. Now we can see here the not all the numbers or the buttons that we have already created are shown over here. So these are the grids of the griddings vertical lazy vertical. This is done by LazyVerticalGrid. So now we are going to create another composable, and for the buttons, so function a calculator button. Function name would be calculator button, and we don't need any other things modifier, but so we just use buttons to button, that would be a string. So there is some mistake, I'm erasing it. So now what we have to do is, now we have to use the box so where we have to do our some modification. So box modifier equals to modifier dot padding. We have to use a padding, so I'm gonna erase other rest of the things that are over here. So let's erase it and replace it with the padding. That would be 8 dp for all of the things. Okay, 8 dp. Now what we have to do is, now we'll just add a floating action button also over here. Okay, this is yeah. This is a box scope, and now we are going to use a button. Okay, button, and on click that would be remaining same as to do, and we'll just leave it as a default for now, and we'll try to perform tasks on it. And now what we have to do is, we have to do is that this is what we have to initialize it as it is a button scope or box scope, and further we have to perform the tasks. Now text equals to button, and we have to replace the above text button to the btn. Calculator button equals to btn equals to button. Yes, now that's all. Now let's run the program once again and check if does that work or not. And now we can see that there is some effect on it. We have seen a color, it's in a bit circular, and there is an edges, and now edges are being circular, and now we can see that there is lots of changes over there. So now instead of just button, we are going to change towards the floating action button. So just let's just erase it and add the floating action button. Floating action button. Now on click would be a same empty. To do, I will erase the to do. Now I want to use the modifier, and padding would be a 10 dp, and I'll create something like circular. So for the circular, let's we have to use the shape equals to circle shape, and give me a minute, and let me first of all check this out. So I'm going to show you the floating action effect, and you can see that floating action effect. There are some of the shade on it as well. So on this, now we are going to change the color and shape of the button, and for that, if you want any kind of button, according to your choice, you can put the button shape and color. So for now, we are going to change the shape into a circular shape. So for that, uh, let's erase this one and write a circle shape. And the container color would be at first let's put a container color towards the red. I'm changing the padding, so it would be a bit nicer. We can see it a bit clearly and in a good way. So yeah, we can see it here a bit different color, different type of circular button now. So again, what we are going to do is now we have to yeah, also if you want to change the size of the text inside the button, you can do that one as well. So now we are going to change the color of the container, that is the color of the buttons. And so container color equals to, there would be there is a gray light, but we are going to change it into the red. According to your choice, you can add the colors. Also a content color means the colors of the button, color of the text that is inside the button. So let's run it. Yeah, container color has been changed. Now we are going to change the content color. For that, we have to do a content color equals to whichever color that you want to put, just put it. And now let's run it and see it. And yes, it's perfect.
Okay, this was for today's video, so we'll be continuing in the next part. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you have any queries or questions, then let me know, and please do watch the video carefully and do not skip the video. I hope you learned something from this one. Thank you for watching.